Hey, what's up? So today I want to make a video about planning what to do with the rest of my life, particularly my career. But since we've got to talk about a career, I need to change into something a bit more professional. Oh, much better. So there's this website, 80,000 Hours. They're a philanthropy organization that argues that one of the most important things you will do with your life is your career. It's one of the things that you'll spend the most amount of time on in your life. 80,000 hours equates to about an 8-hour workday for 5 days a week for about 40 odd years. 80,000 hours is a lot of time. And so the time that you spend on your career is some of the most valuable and important time in your life. And if you can put it towards solving some of the problems in the world, that can be a real force for good and can lead to your career and thus your life being very meaningful and very helpful to society around you. And so I have developed this big ass spreadsheet, well, not a spreadsheet, more like a poster of potential important problems in the world, interests of mine, skills that I have, non-technical and technical, as well as potential career paths that can lead towards solving some of these important problems. And we're going to take you through this poster in depth. 80,000 Hours defines an important problem as, an impactful career as how pressing the problems you focus are, how effective the solutions you pursue are, the amount of leverage you can apply to those solutions, and your personal fit for the path. And so evaluating careers based on those things leads to interesting conclusions, because climate change then, or working on climate change rather, is not actually that important on this list, because the amount of leverage you can apply to those solutions as an individual is really small compared to the inertia of the fossil fuel industry. And there's so many people already working on climate change and on green solutions that you adding your career impact to that is meaningful, obviously, and you should still work on it if you've got skills in that are relevant. But if you work on one of their underworked on problems or problems that haven't seen as much attention, you can potentially have a far bigger impact. And so according to 80,000 Hours, some of the biggest problems in the world are positively shaping the development of artificial intelligence. You know, supercomputers one day, they need to be friendly and not bad for humanity as a whole. Global priorities research, that's basically finding out what are the biggest problems in the world and the things that we need to focus on the fastest, or the soonest rather. Building effective altruism, basically how can we give away money in order to make people's lives better? And finally, reducing global catastrophic biological risks. How can we ensure that we don't have another COVID on our hands? And so there are a whole lot of other problems that they talk about, including like mitigating great power conflict, global governance, and the governance of outer space. And I'm not sure I agree with them completely, but it's a good framework for analyzing what's an important problem to work on one day. So let's dive into this poster here, and I'll talk you through my thought process with what to do with my life one day. So in order to help myself out with this big decision, I have made this ginormous poster. And on it are the 4 main things that are to consider when deciding on a career path, according to me at least. And that are the important problems in the world that you can potentially work on solving, potential careers that go towards solving those problems, and careers that are just available in the world, skills that I have, whether they be technical or non-technical, and then interests I have, things that I would actually enjoy doing every day. So let's start over there in that corner. Interests that I have. I am very interested in nature and outdoors, robotics, history, reading and finance, AI and the singularity, that's basically a super intelligent AI system, space travel, computers, air travel, logistics. But some of these things I have a surface level interest in, and not all of these things I would like to work every day, the day-to-day grind every day in a career path doing. But the 2 things that I'm most interested in are probably space travel and then computers, AI, and the singularity technology, basically. So, what would I enjoy as a career? What's hot in society? What's most important to me? Those interests kind of align to those 3 questions. What would I enjoy? What's hot in society? And what's most important to me? AI and space travel. That's kind of cool. So let's go over to the skills tab, because that's also important, because you're not going to go and get a high-powered software engineering job if you can't do any coding. So for me, I guess, I'm doing an engineering degree, so engineering, maths, problem solving, coding are kind of like the big 4 skills that I have in terms of technical skills. But then also in my personal life and in my personal time, I spend a lot of time thinking about the future, so long-term thinker, and then other side skills like video editing, audio learner, leadership, a good speaker, friendly and good with people. Those are kind of a lot of soft skills that I think will help in any career. But those technical ones, coding, problem solving, maths, engineering, those are the things that I've worked at varsity, those hard technical skills, and those are the things that I guess will eventually lead to certain careers or allow me to do certain careers. Those certain careers, I've put up some of the most common ones here that I thought I could apply for straight after varsity. These include software engineer, electrical engineer, like working with robotics, maybe working in finance as a stockbroker of sorts, working as an aeronautical engineer, working as an entrepreneur or CEO. And so yeah, I added little notes here for myself to each one. Like the starting barrier to entry is quite high to be a CEO. Entrepreneurship is high risk early in the career or after acquisition of funds. Being a stockbroker is boring, maybe. I don't know, it's great money though, however. Software engineer is probably what I'm most ready for, having done computer engineering. It's low risk, and especially in South Africa where there's such a demand for them. It's quite a lot of money. So software engineering slash entrepreneur slash engineer is probably the most viable career path straight out of varsity. But now, getting to the most important part of the spreadsheet, of course, is the important problems. So, don't hate me for this, but there are millions of problems in the world. All of them require, rapid attention if we want the world to be a better place. But some of the most important ones, in my opinion, include climate change, agriculture and food production, friendly AI, pollution/waste management, electricity production, automation in order to solve a lot of the problems. And you can look here, animal welfare, health, world hunger, democracy, great power conflict, global priorities, nuclear warfare, poverty. There's so much on this list that you could potentially work on in order to make the world a better place. But the things that kind of align most with my interests, my potential career paths, and my skills are, I think, friendly AI, pollution/waste management, agriculture, food production, automation, resource acquisition, and climate change. And within those subfields, of course, using technology and engineering and maths to work on those problems. And so then I just wrote down here for myself, what can I do, some side projects and some potential careers to think about based on the results of this whole diagram. And let's return to me sitting at my desk to talk about those. So looking at this kind of list of careers and potential problems in the world that those careers can go towards solving, it seems there's kind of a clear path, right? Go into software engineering at first, make some money, and then go on from that using the technology skills that I've learned to working on the big problems like climate change, friendly AI, agriculture and food production, resource acquisition, pollution and waste management. How those fit into a traditional career path, I'm not known. It seems like a lot of the guys in the world who are working on solving big problems, like tech entrepreneurs and that, you have to require a whole lot of money first. So software engineering and whatever tech kind of job or career path that I can take that leads to the most amount of resource acquisition or getting that bread would be obviously the first port of call, to require a whole lot of money in order to then, lead big programs or create big expensive solutions towards helping the problems of friendly AI and all these associated problems right here. Once again, I'm personally very interested in AI and space travel, but working on the day-to-day mathematics of machine learning models and aeronautical engineering and astrodynamics and astrophysics, I might not have the mathematical abilities for that. But even on 80,000 Hours website, they also talked about how a lot of industries, they need support staff as well. Just because you can't do the maths of rocket engineering and of space travel and getting rockets into orbit doesn't mean that you can't be a part of the industry that supports those people or supports the marketing and getting people excited about space or AI. People that market solutions for friendly AI, pollution and waste management, agricultural solutions, people who market that and lobby for that and get money for those particular companies are also doing a valuable service with their careers. And so this mind map has really helped me solidify some of my thinking around what I'm going to do after varsity. Obviously, wherever I can get a job first will be great. But then after that, start acquiring some money and start acquiring more skills in the areas of climate change, AI, space travel, and using those for good in terms of climate change, automation, agriculture and food production, as well as friendly AI. That's the narrative that I have told myself while analyzing this big spreadsheet, and I think it's a good game plan. So yeah, that is my plan for the immediate future. I still have a whole year of varsity to figure some stuff out and pursue, obviously whatever I do my final year project in next year will shape my interest straight after varsity quite a lot as well. If I do an AI project, I'm sure I'll be much deeper into the AI world come this time next year, or if I do like an embedded software project with some hardware, I'll be more into the hardware side of things at the end of next year. Time will tell. It's going to be an interesting year next year, but I hope that you found this interesting, and I hope that you've maybe taken away some inspiration for how to design your future career path or your future life basically around solving some problems and using your interests and skills in your career for good, because I certainly want to have a meaningful career. And obviously it is the like the peak of Maslow's level of hierarchy of needs. If you can like reach self-actualization and be out there solving the world's problems instead of just supporting yourself and supporting your family. And very few people are in the privileged position to be able to even consider stuff like this. But if you are, I urge you to take the time and that, especially at the end of the year now, it's a time of reflection, to go out and see what might you do in your life to benefit the people around you and to benefit the world. Oh, and a little side note here at the end, because I got too hot, so this is back to unprofessional Mitch. This may seem like a bit of an extreme exercise, and at 22 years old, I really don't need to have figured out what I want to do with my life one day, but it has helped me shape my thinking about some important decisions that I need to make in the immediate future, such as, do I want to do postgrad sometime soon after next year when I finish my degree? 80,000 hours encourages doing postgrad because research is a powerful way of helping shape a specific industry's path forward. But my own personal fit for postgrad and a career of research is not that good, because I've done, well, I will have done at the end of next year, 5 years of varsity already, and I've been inside an academic institution literally my entire life, and that is that's too much. I need to get out into the real world. And so looking at it from that framework, from this framework, has really helped shape that decision. But yeah, once again, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.